My girlfriend said, "It was just a few days off." I replied, "I just answered HR's questions." Then I changed my status to single, removed her building access, packed her suitcases, and let her post about work meetings while a call from HR turned her vacation into a career disaster. Welcome to Family Tales. Today's story is about a girlfriend who faked a work conference to party in Cancun, then tried to shame her boyfriend for trust issues when he found out. As you listen, ask yourself what you would do once you saw the truth. My name is Keith. I'm 33, and I work as a project manager. I'm mostly remote, steady hours, steady life. Bianca was 30. We were together for 3 years. She worked in pharmaceutical sales, which meant she traveled a lot, conferences, client meetings, flights every few weeks. That part never bothered me. I wasn't the jealous type. I trusted her. I also knew her job was social, relationship building, dinners, smiling through small talk. I used to tell myself if you can't trust someone, you shouldn't be with them. Last month she told me she had a big conference in Cancun. 5 days. She said it was a major industry event, mandatory attendance. She even showed me an email from her boss. It looked official, company letterhead and everything. She talked about her presentation like she was nervous, like she needed my support. I helped her pack. I folded the dresses she liked, the heels that killed her feet but made her feel confident. I drove her to the airport. At departures, I hugged her and said I'd miss her. She smiled and kissed my cheek. "It's just work stuff, babe, boring meetings and PowerPoints. I'll be back before you know it." I believed her. No questions, no tracking apps, no checking up, just trust. And that is the first thing I want you to notice. Real trust is calm. It's not control, but it also isn't blindness. I didn't know there was a difference until this happened. Day 2 of her trip, I was eating lunch at my desk, scrolling Instagram the way everyone does when they need their brain to shut off for a minute. That's when I saw it. Bianca's friend Mariah posted a story from Cancun, beach club, music, drinks, party vibe. And there, in the background, Bianca was in a bikini doing shots at 2 p.m. on a Wednesday. My first thought was, maybe this is one of those networking events. I'd heard stories about sales conferences being half meetings, half bonding. I tried to be reasonable. Then Mariah posted the next story. Bianca was on some guy's shoulders in a pool, laughing like she didn't have a care in the world. Mariah's caption said, "Girls trip energy. Girls trip, not conference." I stared at my phone like it might change if I blinked. It didn't. The words stayed there. The images stayed there. And my stomach did that slow drop, like the floor had moved an inch under my feet. I replayed the last week in my head, Bianca showing me emails. Bianca talking about presentation anxiety. Bianca complaining that she had to miss my nephew's birthday because of mandatory attendance. All of it was a story. That night Bianca texted me, "Sessions ran late today, so tired, missing you." I looked at the message for a long time, not angry yet. More like confused, like my brain was still trying to protect me by pretending this could have some innocent explanation. I replied, "Bet those PowerPoints were killer." She wrote back, "The worst, but making good connections." Sure you are, I thought, sure you are. Day 3 she posted on her own Instagram, not a quick story. A full post. Beach selfie, designer sunglasses, perfect angle, perfect lighting. The caption made my skin crawl. "Imagine being so pathetic you need to know your girl's every move. Trust issues equals small energy. My man knows I'm grinding." Then the comments flooded in. People cheering her on, calling her independent, calling her a boss, calling the imaginary insecure boyfriend a problem. I sat there for 5 minutes, staring at it. She was lying about a work conference. She was vacationing with friends, and she was publicly mocking pathetic men who want to know where their girlfriend is. The irony was almost funny. Almost. Here's the thing. I didn't even know her every move. I wasn't asking. I wasn't checking. I accidentally saw the truth because her friend posted it, and Bianca still found a way to act like she was being oppressed. This is one of those moments where you learn a hard rule. When someone is lying, they don't just lie. They build a whole world where you are the villain for noticing. I commented one line under her post. Imagine being single. Then I went to my profile and changed my relationship status to single. No explanation, no fighting in public, just single. After that, I started handling the real-life details, calmly, like I was closing a project at work. I texted my landlord and asked to remove Bianca from the apartment access list. The building used a key card system. If your name wasn't on the list, your card was useless. Then I called my phone carrier. Bianca was on my family plan. I scheduled her line for removal in 48 hours, not out of spite, out of boundaries. If we're done, we're done. I walked through the apartment and packed her things neatly. Clothes went into her suitcases, toiletries into a box, shoes lined up, jewelry case tucked safely away. I wasn't trying to destroy anything. I just didn't want her coming back and acting like we were still playing house. I also took screenshots, her Cancun posts, Mariah's stories, the fake work conference emails, not because I wanted revenge, because when someone lies that smoothly, you learn they might lie again and louder. By the next morning, her post had blown up. Friends were commenting, asking if we were okay, asking what happened. She didn't answer them, but my phone lit up. What does that mean? Babe, are you mad about something? This isn't funny. Then calls, FaceTime, voicemails. I declined everything. Then the messages got sharper. Keith, answer me. Then she tried other apps, WhatsApp, Telegram, even LinkedIn messaging, which was honestly embarrassing. Finally, she texted, I'm at a work conference. I can't deal with your drama right now. We'll talk when I get back. That's the part that stuck with me. Even caught in the lie, she still spoke to me like I was the problem, like she was the professional one and I was the childish one. I replied, no need. Your things are packed, safe travels. Then I blocked her number. I kept Instagram open though, not to stalk her, just to see what story she tried to tell next. Bianca came home from her conference and hit her first real consequence. Her key card didn't work. She buzzed from the lobby. I didn't answer. She called from the lobby phone. My phone showed the building number and I knew it was her. I didn't answer. My neighbor Terrence later told me the play-by-play because Terrence loves drama more than he loves oxygen. According to him, Bianca stood in the lobby for almost an hour. She kept calling. She tried texting from Mariah's phone. She had Mariah buzzing random apartments, claiming there was an emergency. Eventually, security stepped in. Bianca wasn't on the resident list anymore, and she was disturbing other tenants. They asked her to leave. She went nuclear on Instagram stories, and this is where she messed up. She was emotional and angry, and she started contradicting herself in public. She posted, coming home from a work trip to find out your psycho ex changed the locks. This is illegal. Then another story. 5 days of meetings and presentations, and this is what I come back to because of one Instagram comment. Then another, ladies, this is what happens when insecure men can't handle successful women. He's intimidated by my career. But people in her comments started asking questions. Wait, I thought you were on a girls' trip. Weren't you with Mariah at the beach club? What presentations? You posted beach pics every day. She deleted the stories within an hour. But screenshots live forever, and she forgot one important detail. Her co-workers followed her. Monday morning, I got a call from a number I didn't recognize. I almost ignored it, but something told me to pick up. Is this Keith? A man asked. Yes. This is Robert Costanos from Vertex Pharma HR. My stomach dropped. For a second, I wondered if Bianca had tried to set me up, like she was calling my job or spreading some story that could hurt me. He continued, I'm calling about Bianca Morrison. She listed you as an emergency contact and we're trying to reach her. She hasn't shown up for work in a week. No call, no show, we're concerned. I paused. She told me she was at a company conference in Cancun. There was a silence that felt heavy. Then he said, we haven't had any conferences this month, certainly not in Cancun. Another pause. Did she tell you this was a work event? He asked. She showed me emails, I said it was mandatory. Could you forward those emails to me? He asked. If they came from our letterhead, that's a serious issue. This is a strange moment, because part of you still wants to protect the person you loved, even when they did you wrong. You start asking yourself, should I cover for her? Should I keep quiet? But covering for someone who lies like this doesn't save them. It just teaches them there's no cost, so I sent everything. The conference emails, the beach posts, the stories where she claimed 5 days of meetings. All of it. An hour later, Robert called back. "Mr. Morrison," he said, "thank you for this information. Those emails were fabricated using our letterhead. That is fraud. We'll be handling this internally." Bianca was fired by lunch. She didn't know I knew yet. She was still focused on her image. She posted a long caption about self-care and mental health and how toxic relationships can affect your career. She tried to frame it like she was stepping back by choice. Then she made another mistake. She applied for unemployment. She listed hostile work environment as the reason for separation. The unemployment office contacted Vertex. Vertex provided documentation of fraud and job abandonment. Her claim was denied. By Wednesday, she was desperate. She showed up at my workplace. The building security called me down. When I walked into the lobby, I barely recognized her, hair in a messy bun. No makeup, sweatpants. The beach version of Bianca was gone. She looked at me like she expected guilt to crack my face open. "We need to talk," she said, voice shaking. "No," I said, "we don't." Her eyes went wide. "You got me fired." "I answered HR's questions," I said. "You got you fired." She blinked fast, like she was trying not to cry. "I can't believe you would do this over a stupid Instagram post." "The post wasn't the problem," I said. "You lied about a work conference to go on vacation. You created fake emails. You committed fraud." She waved her hand like I was being dramatic. "It was just a few days off. Everyone does it." "No," I said, "they don't." She started crying then, ugly crying, not cute tears, real panic. "Where am I supposed to go?" she asked. "I can't afford my car payment without a job." And in that moment, I felt something I didn't expect, not satisfaction. Clarity, because this wasn't about love anymore. This was about consequences, and she only cared now that she was the one paying the bill. "Bianca," I said, "you should have thought about that before you posted about pathetic men while lying on a beach." "That post wasn't about you," she said quickly. I looked at her. Who was it about then? She couldn't answer. She just stared down, tears dropping onto the floor. I took a breath. "We're done," I said. "Your stuff is in storage unit B12 at the public storage on 5th. The first month is paid. After that, it's on you." I handed her the key. She stared at it like it was a weapon. "You planned all this." "The moment I saw your post," I said, "I imagined being single pretty clearly." Security stepped closer. "Ma'am, you need to leave." Bianca looked at me one last time. "I loved you." I didn't raise my voice. I didn't need to. "You loved what I provided," I said. "Stability, trust, a nice apartment, someone you thought would never question your lies." As security guided her out, she yelled over her shoulder, "You'll regret this. You'll never find anyone like me." I called back calm. "That's the plan." That night she went full scorched earth on social media. Long, rambling video. Big victim speech. She said I was controlling. She said HR and I collaborated to destroy a successful woman. She tried to make it sound like a conspiracy. It backfired fast. Her former co-workers started connecting dots in the comments. One person wrote, "Wait, you said you were at the Q1 planning conference, but I was there in Dallas, not Cancun." Another wrote, "Didn't you use sick days for your grandmother's surgery last month, but you posted from Vegas?" Then an ex-co-worker named Rashida posted a long thread. She said she had covered for Bianca 23 times in the past year. Bianca claimed she was at conferences while Rashida handled her accounts. Rashida said she got written up twice for missed deadlines because she was doing Bianca's work on top of her own. She ended the thread telling me to stay strong. That thread spread fast in their industry circles. People were sharing it like gossip, but also like warning. And that's when it became obvious Bianca hadn't just lied to me. She'd been living like lying was a lifestyle. She even tried to start a podcast. Episode 1 was about when love becomes control. She wanted an audience. She wanted sympathy. She wanted to be the hero in a story where she was clearly the villain. I didn't argue with her online. I didn't post rants. I didn't beg people to believe me. I just kept my simple response ready for anyone who asked. Listen to her episode, I'd say. Then look at my album called Conference Proof. Screenshots of fake emails. Beach posts timestamped during meetings. Her own caption calling men pathetic for wanting to know where their partner is, while she lied about where she was. The termination notice from Vertex citing fraud. The denied unemployment claim. Her podcast got dragged so hard it was almost sad. People weren't even polite about it. After one episode, she deleted the whole thing. 2 weeks later, I ran into Mariah at a coffee shop. She looked uncomfortable, like she wished she could disappear behind the pastry case. "Hey, Keith," she said. "Mariah," I replied. She rubbed her hands together. "Look, I didn't know she was lying about work. She told us you knew about the trip." "Sure she did," I said. "No, really," Mariah insisted. "She said you were cool with it, but she had to tell her job something. I thought you two had an arrangement." "An arrangement where she lies to everyone," I said. Mariah sighed. "She's staying with her parents now. She can't find work. Everyone in pharma knows about the fake conferences. She's talking about moving to another state, starting fresh." "Good for her," I said. Mariah hesitated. "She still loves you, you know." I actually laughed. Not cruel, just shocked. "She loves the idea of someone trusting her enough to never verify her lies," I said. "That's not love, that's exploitation." Mariah left without ordering anything. Last week I heard the final domino fell. Bianca's car got repossessed. Turns out she had been behind on payments for months, even before Cancun. Without a job, she couldn't catch up. She posted one last story from her parents' house, something about rebuilding and Phoenix energy. Comments turned off. Then her mom called me. Her mom is a sweet woman, always kind to me. Always said she was happy Bianca had found someone steady. "Keith, honey," she said softly. "What happened?" "Bianca says you ruined her life over a vacation." I kept my voice respectful. "Mrs. Morrison, she lied about work conferences to take vacations multiple times. She created fake company emails. She got fired for fraud. I just told the truth when HR asked me questions." There was a long pause. I heard her breathe in. "She told us you were jealous of her success," her mom said. "What success?" I said, not trying to be mean, just confused. "She destroyed her own career by lying." Another pause. "Oh my God," her mom whispered. "We've been defending her to everyone. She said you were controlling." "I never asked where she was," I said. "I never tracked her. I never checked her phone. I found out by accident on Instagram." Her mom's voice cracked. "I need to go." "Thank you for being honest." That was it. Even her parents were done with the story. As for me, I'm good, better than good. I started dating someone new, a woman named Luna from my hiking group. She's a teacher. She shows me her actual classroom. She introduces me to co-workers at real happy hours. When she travels, she sends dorky tourist photos. No thirst traps, no captions about trust issues. Last weekend, she asked me if I wanted to share our phone locations. "Why?" I asked. "Safety," she said. "Convenience. My sister does it with her boyfriend." I thought about Bianca for half a second. Then I shook my head. "I'm good," I said. "Just text me when you get places safe." Luna smiled. "You sure? After your ex, I thought you'd want to verify everything." I said, "Liars will lie whether you track them or not. Honest people don't need surveillance." She kissed me. "That's surprisingly healthy," she said. I learned the hard way. Sometimes late at night, I still think about Bianca's post. Imagine being so pathetic you need to know your girl's every move. The truth is, I never needed to know her every move. I never asked. I never checked. I gave her complete freedom and trust. And she used that trust to lie, steal time from her employer, and then shame other people for caring. Turns out the most pathetic thing isn't wanting honesty in a relationship. It's lying about where you are, while mocking anyone who expects the truth. She imagined being single as an insult, like it was something I should fear. I imagined it as freedom from someone who confused trust with gullibility. In the end, we were both right. Here are the lessons I took from it. Lesson 1. Trust is not the same as ignoring red flags. Trust should feel safe, not confusing. Lesson 2. When someone lies and then calls you insecure for noticing, that's manipulation. Lesson 3. If a person protects their image more than your relationship, you will always lose. Lesson 4. Consequences are not cruelty. Sometimes the kindest thing you can do is stop enabling. Lesson 5. Honest people don't need perfect excuses. They can just tell the truth. So what would you have done if you saw that girls' trip post while your partner claimed it was a work conference? And do you think I went too far by cutting everything off right away? Or did I finally do what I should have done the moment the lie showed up?